It's week 3 of Amiga April, and today I thought we'd take a look at my favourite versus fighter games on the Amiga. Other than the CD32, most Amigas only had a single button joystick, so it wasn't very well known or very popular genre for the system. But you'd be surprised what games are out there, and I enjoy playing all these games in this list. So sit back and relax and let's take a look and see what I pick. Elf Mania, released in 1994, and this was published by Renegade Software. The king of the Elf Kingdom is giving up his post, but not without a fight. You must fight your way through different competitors to reach him, take him on, and if you defeat him, you be the new king of the kingdom. Also, during the fights you earn coins, and if you get enough coins, you can actually change your fighter through the game, which is something quite unique. And on top of that as well, this game is certainly colourful for the A500. Mortal Kombat, released in 1994, this was published by Virgin Interactive and developed by Probe Software. Yeah, Mortal Kombat was massive back in the day in the arcades, and it was a big surprise for me when it came out on the Amiga. I wasn't open for a lot at the time, but god, what a game this is. It's very similar to the arcade, and it's incredible they managed to get so many moves into it with a single joystick button. Body Blows Galactic, released in 1994, and this was published by Team 17 and developed by M2. Now Body Blows Galactic is the second of the Body Blows series of games, and it's a great one too. In this one, Dan and Junior, which are two characters from the first game, are back, but this time they represent in Earth, and they gotta fight two fighters from different planets. This is a great game, and if you're lucky enough to own the original, you will add a copy of Apache in it too. Another great Team 17 game. Barbarian, released in 1988, and this was published by Palace Software. The game is also known as Death Sword 2. But anyway, the game itself, an evil magician Drakes is terrorizing the Jewel City and casts a spell over the beautiful Princess Brina, who is forced to obey him. But from the lands of the north, an hero is sent to help the city and free the princess. Now this is one of the first games I experienced violence or gore, and it's a great game too. Not much to look at these days, but I tell you, you really need to play it because it's a fantastic game. Also, it was very popular on the 8-bit systems too. Shadow Fighter, released in 1995, and this was published by Gremlin. Now Shadow Fighter is available on all Amigas, that's including Amiga CD32. But the standard Amiga is incredible, because you got 25 different moves for each player, and also you got 16 fighters to choose from, and they all got their own arena too. Incredible game for its time, and is heavily influenced on Mortal Kombat. Super Street Fighter 2, released in 1995, and this was published by US Gold. Yep, I'm not a big fan of the original Street Fighter 2 on the Amiga, but we'll leave our conversation for another day. But this one's a vast improvement from that game. You got 16 fighters to choose from, they got their own arenas, and so on. If you haven't played it, you certainly need to give this one a try. Also, it's available on the AGA and the CD32 as well. Panzer Kickboxing, and this was released in 1990, and it was officially endorsed by Andre Panzer himself, a famous Thai kickboxer. In this game, you choose your character and then you go straight to the gym, because you got 35 moves at your disposal and really you need to learn them all. Once you've done that and you get used to it, it's time to enter the tournament, and you fight your way all the way through, taking on different opponents until you become #1 in the world. An absolute classic game on the Amiga, and I still regularly play this one to this day. Mortal Kombat 2. This was released in 1994, it was developed by Midway and published by Acclaim Entertainment. And what a game this is. I'm a massive Mortal Kombat fan, and Mortal Kombat 2 has always been my favourite. So when it came out on the Amiga, I was surprised how good it was. It's got everything you need in it. It's very similar to the arcade, the music's great, most of the moves are in it as well, which is incredible for a single button joystick. And yeah, the graphics and everything else about it. If you haven't played the Amiga version of Mortal Kombat 2, I certainly recommend you doing so. Fighting Spirit. This was released in 1996 and published by Neo Software. And no, I haven't made a mistake, this is not a Neo Geo game, believe it or not. This is a fully fledged Amiga exclusive. And what a game it is. You got plenty of fighters to choose from, great arenas to fight in, great music, graphics and so on. And it runs really well on the Amiga 8500, which I'm really happy about. If you got a copy of this, you want to look after it, because this game is very rare and very expensive. I saved the best game to last, and this is not just a game, it is an absolute masterpiece. This is IK Plus, released in 1988 and it was published by System 3. The late great Archer McLean designed, coded and did the graphics for this game, and it's an unbelievable game. It's got great playability, great music, graphics, you name it, it's got it. It's even better in 2 players. Thank you all for watching. I left a link in the description for Amiga 8 Pro. Enjoy.